Oh, right, sync. I don't know. Wing, I guess? I don't fucking know. 1, 2, 3, wing.
Bat.
1, 2, 3,
Bird.
bat. I hate you.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome back to the Voice Cast. We're taking a look at your favorite animated characters, figuring out who played them the best, the worst, and the weirdest, and allow you to vote on them yourselves. I'm Justin, and with me is Will.
Greetings, everyone.
We are approaching Robin in his puberty age, where he was Nightwing.
Wasn't he an adult?
Let's have some fun.
With Nightwing? Wasn't he an adult with Nightwing? Because that's when he was out of the Teen Titans.
Well, yeah, didn't I say that?
You said his preteens or something like that.
I think what I said makes sense. I think a lot of stuff makes sense. But that doesn't mean that other people agree with me. That's why everyone thinks I'm crazy.
No one said that.
Who the fuck is Nightwing, you prick?
Nightwing, the adult alias of Robin, or Dick Grayson. After viewing himself able to go off on his own, not needing a team and not needing Batman, Dick Grayson abandoned the Robin mask, which would be passed down to Tim Drake in honorifics, and he would take up the name Nightwing, and he would move to Bloodhaven as his city. As he stated himself, Gotham belongs to the Bat. Still works in conjunction with the Big Bat, but really likes to do stuff on his own, and really shows that he can handle himself.
Absolutely.
No Oracle, no other Robins, no Batman, and he's handling an entire city by himself.
What was that thing in the comics recently that was like, they changed his name or something?
They changed his name to Rick Grayson.
What was the deal with that?
They didn't like Dick. People were complaining about the name Dick, because Dick is oppressive to people.
You know, I told that to my mom, and my mom's the kind of person who, if she sees a situation, she'll try to find the positives in anything. When I told her this, and like why, she was like, oh, that's stupid.
That's dumb. That's
that
dumb.
is really stupid. Whenever my mom says something is retarded,
stupid,
you know that it is stupid.
Yep.
But what's not stupid is Nightwing's first animated appearance with Loren Lester.
Keeping my eye on things. I've been hearing rumors about this South American smuggling ring. Word is something big is coming in, and soon.
Loren Lester didn't really do much. Consistently played Nightwing in most of his roles. When he wasn't Nightwing, he was Iron Fist and Hal Jordan Green Lantern. Older voice actor, does a very good job playing adult Robin.
I'm a dumbass.
What did you do this time?
I keep exiting out of Discord by mistake.
How the fuck do you do that? Are you in the Discord tab?
Yeah.
You're fucking dumb, dude. Stop.
Maybe I'm out of it today. I don't know.
No, you're just stupid.
I'm sorry.
But yeah, Loren Lester, consistently DC. Really solid, in my opinion, a really solid opener for Nightwing. Very solid.
Granted, that's not to say that Loren Lester does nothing in terms of entertainment in general. Like, you look at IMDb, he has over 100 credits since at least the 90s.
He's a very live-action person.
Yeah, exactly.
But he doesn't fall under the curse of can do one, can't do the other. He can do both masterfully.
Oh, yeah. What I like about Loren Lester is, first of all, out of everyone that we have on this list going forward, he has a very distinct, standout voice. It just sounds cool.
Almost to the point to where, spoiler alert, his voice becomes the standard people try to beat for Nightwing.
And it's a good standard.
To the point to where we can actually split Nightwing into two categories. Younger sounding, fresh off the press, or older, more practiced Nightwing. Just like what we had with the Turtles, where one person, where the first people set a set vocal type, and then everyone else tried to copy it, which ended up sounding kind of crappy until someone did something brand new. And even then, it was a 50-50 shot. This is a good start, and anything following, it's consistent reproduction with slight variance. So it's not homogenous.
Yeah, the people going forward had to really raise their game after this, in my opinion.
Heterogeneous. My bad.
It's also something else that Loren Lester was the first of many Nightwings who originally was Robin. And thankfully, Robin's character design in Batman the Animated Series looks just enough as an adult where the transition from one to the other didn't seem jarring. He even deepened his voice a little bit more to play Nightwing, which is always greatly appreciated. I love that subtlety.
Mm-hmm.
And the voice can definitely reflect just like him trying to be dark and serious and menacing to show that he's
matured.
Closer to Batman than you might let on.
He is truly the son of Batman. He's, out of all the other Robins that move on, there's no sidekick closer to Batman than Nightwing. Red Robin, similar, completely different. Red Hood, that's not even a Batman. I mean, he's very Batman-like, but on the complete opposite of the spectrum. Really.
Do you not like Jason Todd?
I love Jason Todd. He's my favorite Robin.
Okay. I like him too.
Yeah, he's my favorite Robin. And when he becomes Under the Red Hood was one of my favorite Batman movies because the whole Batman takes forever to find the Joker, but goddamn Red Hood takes not even 2 days to find him, tie him up, and put him at gunpoint. He's like, Batman, look, kill this man. No matter how many times you lock him up, he finds a way out. He causes trouble for the city. He's a menace. Take him out, or I will.
But we can gush about that much later down the line.
We could do a Robin Fest.
We will eventually.
Once we cover all the evolutions of Robin, we could do a Robin-off.
Yeah, that sounds good. If the roll of the dice is well enough. Speaking of Robin, Scott Menville.
So, it's impossible. Good. If memory serves, we've done the impossible before. I held on to this, just in case.
Who is a great Robin, a shitty Nightwing.
Great Robin, shitty Nightwing. I love Scott Menville. His voice is iconic, but that's the problem. His voice is iconic.
With Loren Lester, who the character design for the 90s Batman show, Robin growing up, Lester didn't have to do a lot for it to sound jarring. Robin's design in Teen Titans versus his Nightwing design is so different that Scott Menville cannot sound like an adult.
Yeah.
And it's just so distracting. If you look at Scott Menville's repertoire, it's all kid characters.
Speaking of repertoire, we also have Loiter from Kill Symphonia, Max from Dark Cloud 2, one of the Donatellos from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle shorts, Zephyr from Resonance of Fate, and Robin from Teen Titans. Go. Also the voice of Red Herring from a pump named Scooby-Doo. I'm not kidding.
No, I don't believe you.
Also Kevin French from Mission Hill, for my Adult Swim crowd. I know you're out there.
I feel like I respect this Nightwing more than I like it, because for me, and for probably many other people in my age range, this was the first time we saw Nightwing, and it was awesome.
Oh yeah. The dark future aspect, I loved it. Especially with balding old man Beast Boy. That was funny to me.
That's so depressing, because that might be me someday. I'm losing my hair, and I'm not happy about it.
Go Scott Menville and just have it fucking shaved off. Go bald.
I'm afraid that it'll look shitty, and then if it grows out again, it'll look worse because I'm already balding, you know?
Just consistently shave your head.
Again, if it looks shitty, I feel like there's no going back.
Yeah, I have that fear too. So, I'm trying to find compromises with my receding hairline.
My compromise is Rogaine. And praying.
Nah, there are hairstyles that benefit it. Until the eventual transition from receding hairline to no hairline.
How
Speaking
the
of
fuck do we
hairline,
transition from...
Jerry O'Connell.
Okay.
For playing it from the Batman.
Which means they're still waiting for us to do the heavy lifting, right, Batman? Batman? Sit this one out. I can handle Freeze. Maybe it's time to pass the torch.
Isn't this the Batman that we had like the real monster-looking Joker?
Yeah, that's it.
Jerry O'Connell, consistently playing superheroes. Like Captain Marvel in Justice League Unlimited, Shazam in Infinity Crisis, and Atom in Justice League Action.
So, a lot like Scott Menville, Nightwing does not appear much. He appears twice in this series from what I can remember. The first time was when Robin's playing a video game, and his character in the video game he designed to be Nightwing. And then later on, in an episode of Batman and all those guys in the future, we have Robin actually being Nightwing. So there wasn't a lot in terms of development, and obviously there isn't as much focus on Nightwing as Loren Lester has had in the past.
Yeah, there's little to no development. He just shows up out of nowhere.
The problem with a lot of these guys that I notice is that a lot of them just sound like guys, you know? They're just trying to be a younger Batman, but not in a good way. It's just mush. And this is one of those examples, which is kind of a shame, because I've seen him do superheroes better. I love his rendition of Captain Marvel in Justice League, where he definitely has a lot more personality to stretch out.
He has a lot of groundwork to build.
This really does make me ask, I guess Robin's costume for Nightwing was inspired by a video game he made when he was 10? I don't know, something about that makes Nightwing seem a lot shittier to me. Yeah, dorky.
I like dorky, though. That's fucking adorable.
Yeah. Granted, there was a great scene where in the video game, they trap Joker inside of it, and Robin kicks Joker's ass as Nightwing, and Jerry O'Connell... Wow, I can't say that right. I'm not Scottish enough to say this name. Help me.
You're just bad with Irish altogether. You can't do an Irish-Scottish accent. You can't pronounce Irish-Scottish names. You have to throw in the towel, laddie.
Yeah, at least I can drink.
Throw in the towel, laddie.
I can't. We're only like 10 minutes in. So Jerry O'Connell had a great chance to have a satisfying I'm Nightwing and then kick the shit out of Joker. That was fun.
That's a fun time.
Yeah.
It's also funny. He became his own OC. He became his own Batman OC!
That's what I'm saying. It's so stupid.
It's the good kind of stupid.
Yeah. But speaking of stupid and fun, we got Batman Brave and the Bold, where we got Crawford Wilson.
Robin's left the building. You've trained me well, Batman. But from now on, I make my own decisions, call my own shots. And my new name is...
Nightwing.
Hey! Actually, that's not bad. Thanks.
Crawford Wilson, also known, also Beat from The World Ends With You, Jet from Avatar The Last Airbender, and the main character from Robots, Rodney. Well, younger version of Rodney. The young Rodney.
So, this is our first time that we're seeing Nightwing in more of a comedic setting. And I like it.
Mind you, this show, as comedic as it was probably one of the better Batmans.
Yeah, it's a fun time.
Especially with Aquaman. Anything involving Aquaman.
Tally-ho!
Jolly good fight!
What I like about this Nightwing, I have to give context to the show, where all the other transitions of Robin to Nightwing up to this point had a set of time where it's like Robin, and then like a season goes by or whatever, you don't see him for a while, and then he's Nightwing, where he's clearly experienced with being Nightwing. But here, during the show, literally Robin transitions to Nightwing, and Batman even gives Nightwing his name.
But the personality does not change.
Yeah, I really like this idea of a Nightwing who is still trying to transition into being Nightwing. He's still Robin at heart, even if he tries to be an adult.
He's like a young Nightwing. An older Robin, a younger Nightwing.
Yeah, it's a great take for comedy. Like, there's nothing funnier to me than someone who's trying to act tough, but they're clearly not tough, and their personality still shines through accidentally.
To which he's still trying to be the sparkle in Batman's eye, the star pupil, the Batman, look at me, I'm doing it on my own. Then the independent Nightwing that we get from Loren Lester and Jerry O'Connell.
We don't see anything like this for the rest of what we're going to be covering. And it's a fun time. I laughed. Like...
This is definitely a series I want to rewatch, especially because they got Captain Bobcat and John DiMaggio.
Yeah. John DiMaggio, who we're not talking about this week, had another great performance in Batman Under the Red Hood, and I know Will really want to talk about it.
This is my favorite Batman movie, with one of my favorite actors.
This is also my least favorite Nightwings.
This is probably one of my favorite Nightwings.
Really? No.
I love Neil Patrick Harris.
Packs quite the punch for a toaster on steroids, huh? Need a hand?
Could you just once say, let's get in the car? Is that so hard?
If you're behind this in any way, we will find out. He's got some moves, huh? And as much as I hate to belabor a point...
And still, that is often exactly what you do.
I'm chatty. It's part of my charm.
That's my bias. I don't care. He's not one of my picks, but it's Neil Patrick fucking Harris, dude.
It's too distracting. I don't think he's good as a voice actor, and he does nothing useful in the movie.
Well, yeah, the movie's not about him.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
the movie's not about him, so why would he... Why
would they have such a high-profile actor for someone who's not useful in the movie? It sticks out like a sore thumb that they got...
Because they're playing an angsty... They're playing an angstier version of Nightwing, where he's still he's getting used to his foot. He's getting used to his footing, but he still thinks Batman views him as a junior. He's trying to separate himself from his Robin title. Like when he's chewing out Alfred, I'm chatty. It's part of my charm.
Oh yeah, and
that line just kills me on the inside. It's great.
Yeah, because if there's one thing that I know Neil Patrick Harris for is being edgy. Thank you.
No, not edgy, smarmy. He is a smarmster. I just made that up. I'm sticking with it.
You got me there. No, I don't like it. I just don't. It's so distracting to me.
Could you say, let's get in the car for once? It's silly. God damn, I love Neil Patrick Harris.
Oh my god.
What? It's a funny rendition of, like, Crawford Wilson is comedic as he's supposed to be. This is comedic when he's not supposed to be. And I have that's just charming to me. It's part of his charm.
Yeah, when I go watch Batman Under the Red Hood, I don't think of Nightwing being there, and when I hear Neil Patrick Harris, it completely takes me out of the whole thing. It's like, oh great, Neil Patrick Harris is here. Okay.
Well, yeah, actually, Nightwing would show up because, hey, Batman, there's someone with my skill going around and doing shit. Nightwing, is this you? No, this ain't me. I'm in Bloodhaven. Why? Then we need to investigate. I need your help. And that's what happens. He needs Nightwing's help to track down who the fuck is the Red Hood. And then it's, oh shit.
Oh yeah, because
Jason Todd.
Because Nightwing does some great detective work, like when Jason Todd does like the acrobatic stuff. Nightwing's always there to be like, whoa, he knows what he's doing, because Batman won't say that because he's Batman.
No, actually, Dick Grayson did act as a mentor for both Tim Drake and Jason Todd. It's just, while Tim Drake viewed Nightwing as the standard, Jason Todd viewed him as, he thinks he's better than me, I'm gonna get better than him, because Jason Todd has always been angry. Each Robin that Batman has had takes a piece of Batman. For example, Dick Grayson is the calm in Batman, the consistent calm where he deals with everyone. Tim Drake is the professionalism. Not one for being calm, gets angry when he has to, but is very aggressive. Jason Todd is the ferocity of Batman. When Batman gets really, really into it, he gets into it, and that shows through Jason Todd. Which is why Batman was the most concerned about him, because Batman gets angry. Everyone gets angry. Jason's not good at hiding his anger, like Batman does. So he's afraid Jason Todd will do the one thing Batman does not do, and that's kill. Which we do see. Jason Todd, his first instinct is to kill a high-priority target. Also, the angst of getting kidnapped by the Joker, clubbed in the head, beaten to death with a crowbar, and then left to die, where Batman didn't show up to save him. He disappeared on his own.
With this movie having John DiMaggio play a great nuanced take on the Joker, clearly they're doing some ambitious stuff here. It's just...
My throat's parched. Could you get me a glass of water? He just stabs everyone with a broken glass of water and takes a gun and starts shooting people.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
Time. And then I have to think that just okay, Nightwing's played by Neil Patrick Harris. Okay, I guess.
I'm going to need a car, a truck, and a new set of clothes. But yeah, Joker is another time.
Yeah.
Speaking of another time, Young Justice, in basically an alternate future. Which is weird, because aren't the Titans supposed to be before Young Justice?
I think that Young Justice is the Titans. They just call it something better for marketing's sake.
Well, no. Young Justice is the Justice League sidekicks. Teen Titans are just assorted other... Oh, the only, really notable thing about Neil Patrick Harris, when I normally do my... Hey, let's look back and see what they've done.
I mean, the dolphin from the Penguins of Madagascar, I guess.
He was Prince Gumball, and he was Replay from Static Shock.
You forgot about the Music Meister!
I'm gonna kick your fucking throat in.
And you are now my pawn.
That doesn't rhyme.
It goes with the song. It didn't have to rhyme.
But yeah, Jesse McCartney.
Not all of us are leakers. I can send a squad to handle the RAN end of things, and to find out more about those missing 16 hours, without causing an intergalactic incident. It's all hands on deck. The League and the team will hit all 14 Proletan Zeta locations simultaneously. Your priorities are to destroy all Zeta tubes or platforms, and search for any humans the aliens may have abducted.
Consistently playing Terrence from the Tinkerbell series, Theodore from Alvin and the Chipmunks, Jojo McDowd from Horton Hears a Who, and Ventus and Roxas from Kingdom Hearts 3. And all the other Kingdom Hearts. Anything that involves Roxas. And pre-Sora Roxas. And then Roxas. Kingdom Hearts is confusing. That's a lot of Roxas. There doesn't need to be that much Roxas.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to need something that has a lot of rocks in it.
Yeah, you and me both.
Did you feel anything with this one? I felt no pulse.
Just like the show itself?
Oh, no that's pulse. Harsh. That is harsh. I like Injustice. You see, audio like that is why I told you to lower down your mic. And you're just like, no, it's fine.
It's fine. It's whatever.
No, it's not, because you don't have to edit this shit.
It's fine. It's whatever.
That's basically what Jesse McCartney is, I don't know. Another transition from Robin to Nightwing. 5 or 6 out of 10, I guess, if we're really ranking him. But it's just he just sounds like a guy, He
sounds like a younger guy. Not like Neil Patrick Harris does it Under the Red Hood. There he has some personality at least.
That I can at least agree to.
Speaking of Hood, next up we have DC Universe Online with Joey Hood.
Bloodhaven was my city. I grew up in the shadow of the Bat, as Robin. And Gotham belongs to Batman. So when I became Nightwing, Bloodhaven became my home.
Nightwing in this might as well be wearing a hood, considering how much angst he has.
He should be wearing a hood, considering how much of a hairline Joey has.
Jesus Christ.
That's gonna... Hey, the way his hair is gonna be us in 3 years. Maybe less. But,
No, that's
Joey
just what I
Hood.
look... No, that's just what I look like when I don't shower.
Joey Hood. Not really been in much as a voice actor. He was Jing from King of Bandits Jing, one of my favorite animes of all time.
Which I've heard that one of the downsides of that anime is that the main character's kind of bland.
And he suffers from the same curse that most anime protagonists from his time do, but he's a character that, while he doesn't show much personality, the feats and how he does the feats is significantly better.
Yeah, but that doesn't make for a personality, though. I hear he was more personality-filled in the manga, which I haven't seen, and I've only watched one episode of the anime with Will.
Which, he does gain a little more personality the more you watch. First episode's not really a good one to show off his prowess. Just that he's ambitious and he wins fights in clever ways.
That sounds familiar. Anyway, reflecting Jing's lack of personality, it kind of goes the same for Nightwing in DC Universe Online. No, he has a personality, it's just like, it's no fun.
It's stoic, it's statue-like. It's an MMO. It's an MMO.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I don't know, maybe there's a quest line and he has a few more jokes.
If that.
But if some nerd were to tell me that just like, oh, the Nightwing stuff is awesome, like, really play me a clip, and they played me this, I'd be like, yeah, no thanks. This is why I don't like MMOs.
Hey, 14 is great. Great voice acting.
Speaking of great voice acting, we got the legend Troy Baker.
Unfortunately, DC Universe Online does a great injustice to Joey Hood. Speaking of injustice, Troy Baker.
You're just gonna hijack my transition there?
Mine was better.
Fuck you.
Yes.
Show's over. Still got it, Bruce. Want to order Chinese later? Circus is leaving town. Kinda hot for a psychotic. Bring it, Slade. I'm gonna enjoy this. Whatever it takes.
Yeah, injustice. Troy Baker. Everyone knows who Troy Baker is. Kanji Tatsumi from Persona 4, the animation, and the video game. Consistent with the character.
Why don't you go down his whole list? We've only got like 6 hours.
Van Kleist from Generator Rex. Yamato and Pain from Naruto Shippuden. And Action Bastard from Shin-Chan.
Whatever that is.
Action Bastard!
Okay, we've given some shit on well-known voice actors, like, say, Tara Strong, for example, which I'm sure a lot of people would be pissed at, but just to balance out the scales, that we like some normie voice actors, I think Troy Baker does a great job in this.
Oh yeah! He definitely has that proud, not full of himself, but very sure of himself, independence that Nightwing has.
One thing about Troy Baker that I like in my voice actors is that you don't know it's him until you read the credits. He doesn't have that distinct voice where you're just like, okay, it's Tara Strong, or oh, it's Yuri Lowenthal, or oh, it's Neil Patrick Harris, for example. Troy Baker is great at disguising his voice, and he does give some good personality to Nightwing in this.
Especially in a fighting game where he has all the rooms to make quips about people.
That's what I like about it.
It's snappy. His quips are snappy. They're not drawn out. They're just quick. Quick, quick, quick.
We talked about Beast a couple of weeks ago, and like one of the Beasts that we had, I think it was like Alan something, I don't remember, Alan Reed. And one thing that we said was just like, oh, it's a fighting game, so there's not a lot for him to say besides fascinating and blah, blah, blah. Here, it really shows the personality of Nightwing more because he's a fighter. I like to think that Nightwing is the most like Nightwing when he's just out in a brawl. He's able to just like jump around and just say some crazy jokes to piss off the bad guys. That's what I like about Nightwing.
That's because it takes the Mortal Kombat formula where every fight is some sort of cinematic.
It was made by the Mortal Kombat guys, right?
Well, yeah. But I'm saying it takes that formula. Like, in the modern day Mortal Kombat, if it's Scorpion versus, I don't know, Lizard, they're going to spit words at each other. It's going to be like a build-up to a real cinematic fight, and then an after fight, and then an after-fight quote from either of them. or Rain and Sonya Blade. People will be like, where do their stories interact? Like, the ninjas are the ninjas, but how does this American agent and this ninja, where do they see eye to eye? And then they just have quips about each other, and it's like, oh shit, this is personal. Every fight feels that, oh shit, this is personal.
Yeah, it's a great time.
Yes.
I wish I liked fighting games so I could play it. No, I wish I was good at fighting games so I could play it.
Yeah.
Like, I love the aesthetic of Skullgirls so much, but I suck dick at fighting games, so I don't want to play it.
You actually have a knack for Skullgirls.
What makes you say that?
You gave me a run, and I'm a little more adept at fighting games than you, admittedly.
I honestly don't remember. I only remember the failures in my life. I'm sure something you could relate to.
Oh yeah, there's a lot.
Speaking of failures...
There's a lot of failures. Our relationship... Son of Batman with Sean Maher. I win.
Oh.
The psychos just keep getting younger.
How's the little prince? Maybe he's human after all.
What about Langstrom?
Ever since I told him his family's safe, he's been a scientist on fire.
Once actually on fire.
But yeah. Sean Maher, or you may know him as Nightwing again, or Simon Tom from Firefly Online.
Yeah, that's true.
Sean Maher is one of the more consistent Nightwing voices, coming in both Teen Titans The Judas Contract, Justice League vs. the Teen Titans, Batman Bad Blood, Batman vs. Robin, and Son of Batman. That's a lot of Nightwing.
Son of a Batman. I agree. Just, the voice isn't... It's a guy, you know? He does a good job playing a guy, but not as much as Loren Lester or Troy Baker, in my opinion. It also doesn't help that he's outshadowed by the kid who plays Damien, who does great. I love this kid. He does so good as Damien, and it's just... Clearly, it's Damien's stories for the most part. Like, Nightwing is just, like, a secondary guy. So, sure, that's fine. But we're not talking about Damien. We're talking about Nightwing, and Nightwing blends into the background like the ninja he is.
He's got some funny one-liners, and definitely is under the Loren Lester spectrum of Nightwing. But he's just, like, he's like a 6 to 7. He's good. He's like a decent appetizer to a full meal. Like, you're like, oh, I'll have the mozzarella sticks. Oh, hey, these are pretty acceptable mozzarella sticks.
You know,
I just wanted to talk about mozzarella sticks.
Well, you might have a problem.
I like mozzarella too much. I will die without cheese.
So, I watched Son of Batman the first time, and there's a lot of questions that I have.
It's a very buy my comics kind of movie.
No, I think it's really well directed, but there's a lot of logic that I hate. First of all, in Batman Under the Red Hood, Jason Todd first dies, and Ra's al Ghul brings him back to life using the Lazarus Pit. Which, did Ra's al Ghul have a reason for doing that? I don't think that was ever addressed.
He wanted a Batman of his own. If he can't have the real Batman, he'll have the next best thing, a Robin.
Okay, so... in this movie, it's established that the Lazarus Pit can bring people back from the dead. Son of Batman, early in the movie, so it's not a spoiler, Ra's al Ghul dies in essentially the same way that Jason Todd does in Under the Red Hood, and Damien's just like, quick, we gotta bring him to the Lazarus Pit. And everyone, even though they're just a few feet away, they're just like, no, we can't do that. I'm like, why? Why the fuck? Can't you just go a couple more inches and try? Why can't you try?
Maybe he doesn't want to come back.
Like,
which is stupid.
Oh, yeah, right. The guy who's been living for well over 500 fucking years doesn't want to come back. The guy who is literally crawling and just stops dead inches away from the pit. Yeah, I guess he doesn't want to live. This is the one time. Just in the last second, it's just, okay, I don't want to live forever anymore. Fuck it. Who cares?
Oh, more that was a joke. The thing with the League of Shadows is, if someone's dying, They themselves have to make it back. If they don't, that's just the natural life of things.
You would think someone like Ra's al Ghul, who leads the fucking thing, like they'd feel a little bit more motivated to get their leader back if they could.
That's showing weakness. Assassins should not show weakness.
Oh,
they should not show emotion.
Oh my god. And something else about this movie is that it really makes me question how strong Damian Wayne should be. Like, I get it. Like, he's been trained since birth in order to be a badass kid assassin. And that's cool.
Also with the angst of, hey, my real father doesn't know I exist. Because Damian Wayne is a clone. Well, I wouldn't say a clone of Batman. It's Batman's extracted DNA put into Talia's womb for a natural birth.
Oh, they didn't bone? That actually makes it sound worse.
No, that's what Selena Kyle's for.
Oh, that's... nice cat toy there. Anyway, so, I get it. Damian Wayne is supposed to be tough and really strong, but...
fragile.
For him, no, not even. Like, I'm still talking in terms of, like, physical feats. Is that, like, I don't feel like he should be able to win against Deathstroke, of all people. I understand Deathstroke's old, he might be a little bit slower, but experience trounces anything, and just the amount of time that a person just has to experience something, you know?
Which, no matter how old Deathstroke gets, Slade Wilson is always going to be on the top of his game, because he just stops aging. Remember?
I don't read comics.
Deathstroke, aka Slade Wilson, he does not age. He stops aging at a certain time, and his body will forever regenerate. That's his superpower. You can cut off his head. If you can put his neck back on his body, he can come back. You can cut him into pieces. If he can get himself together, he will come back.
All the more reason. Like, I don't think Damian should be able to beat people who are awesomely perfect at fighting. And I don't think that's something that's unfair to say, you know? It's not just like oh, you don't like that the kid's overpowered. No, I literally do not like it. I understand that he should be able to fight, and he should be decent at fighting. I just don't think he can go toe-to-toe with maybe...
one of the best assassins in the world.
Yeah, exactly. You understand what I'm saying?
It's because, this is a problem a lot of people have with Damian. They feel like he's some sort of self-insert character, like the person writing all the stuff that involved Damian was basically, oh hey, I have a kid, and I want my kid to be in the comics, so I'm just gonna make this edgy kid who's the son of Batman and Talia al Ghul because it's my OTP, or some bullshit like that. That's really what it sounds to me. I mean, I don't mind Damian as a character. Sure, he could be an angsty little shit, but I like seeing him succeed. You know, that kind of deal?
Yeah, like, I was surprised by how not annoyed I was at Damian in Son of Batman.
Son of Batman, he was done really well. Most other times, Damian's played like a snobby little brat who should get his fucking ass beat with a fucking olive branch.
Like, apparently in the comics, there is a storyline where Damian has a friendship with Superman's kid, and they're both kind of the same age, so they have cute little junior superhero adventures, and I like that.
Well, yeah, that's part of Young Justice. The Robin in Young Justice is Damian.
It's not Red Robin?
No, not Tim.
I don't know.
Tim was Red Robin, but he was not Robin. Tim Drake kept the name Robin, but just became the Red Robin. Tim's kind of stupid in his naming choice.
Yeah.
Then again, how much more original can you get than Red? Let's see, what's my new alias? I wear a hood, and it's red. I am the Red Hood.
Yeah, I think I was talking to someone who doesn't know comics or any of the nerd shit, too, where I was just like, oh, you know, there's Robin, and then there's Red Robin, and it's just like, well, and he asked me, like, well, isn't Robin already red? And I'm just like, it is dumb. Speaking of dumb, but also very fun, is Josh Keaton in Lego Batman 3.
Okay, Dick, this is it. Walking the tightrope of life. Jumping through the ring of fire of life. I paid a visit to this really nice shrink over at the Hall of Doom, and she told me that if I'm ever gonna put my tragic past behind me, I need to face it head on by hosting an epic circus performance in the style of the one where I lost my entire family. Morbid, maudlin, magnificent. So step right up. It's time to trapeze the pain away.
Ah, you are on the same wavelength as me right there.
This is my kind of stupid.
Yeah.
Like, kind of taking this idea about just, like, Robin is like, to talk about this in a very smart kind of way, they're really play tragedy like comedy and comedy like tragedy, where this Robin is clearly still fucked up thanks to his parents being killed, and he says it constantly. He's like, okay, just swing the baton to get the pain away, and it is so funny because of it.
Josh Keaton. Most infamous roles are Valerian Mengsk from StarCraft 2, King Graham from King's Quest, the 2015 game. He played a bunch of The Flash. Oh, Spyro the Dragon from Skylanders, Spyro's Adventure. That train wreck.
Don't forget Spider-Man.
Yeah, he did Spider-Man. Spider-Man! Yeah, he was also Major Ocelot. Ocelots are proud creatures.
I pretty much said my whole beef with it. Like, what do you think? Same thing?
It's Lego.
Yeah. I have good time with Lego.
It's mostly quips. It's quips, unquips, unquips, unquips. Sure, that could be for some people. It's not really for me. Don't really like Lego movies that much, personally, but I could see the charm to it.
Yeah, well, this Nightwing isn't necessarily quips. Like, it is kind of a narrative with what he's talking about. It's not really quips on quips on quips, but I can understand that.
The crossroad of life, through the fire of life. They're just silly phrases like that.
Yeah, and I like it.
Speaking of liking it, next up we have Will Friedle with Batman Unlimited Animal Instincts.
Well, it's glad you have your opinion, then.
Looks like someone skipped their catnap to swipe some jewels. Cheetah? Why? You should know by now that nobody likes a cheetah. All right. Since you're new in town, I'll make this fast. Shocking, right? You know it's okay if you just want to surrender now.
I don't feel this one either.
It's Terry McGinnis. Plays Batman. He's Terry McGinnis. He's Ron Stoppable. And he's Star-Lord.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's Terry McGinnis, and that's it. You know, and whenever he's hired to do a serious-sounding person, that's the role he always does. And I like Will Friedle at his best. But he really has two gears in his voice acting. The Ron Stoppable just like, yeah, I'm a wacky cartoon character. Or his Terry McGinnis just like, yeah, I'm a serious superhero.
Well, you know what they say. Nobody likes a cheetah.
That's lame as fuck.
It fits Nightwing, though.
I know.
Kind of the lame one-liners. He's trying to be like Batman, who has quips because he's intelligent, he's smart, he tries. He's like, no one likes a cheetah.
Well, when I look at voice actors,
there was an attempt, champ. Nice try, champ.
I guess, but when I look at voice actors, my hope, the top of my list goes to the ones who give me a voice I haven't heard before. You know, the ones who are actually like stretching the limits.
Yeah, speaking of stretching limits, how thin can we get with Batman Arkham Knight? Wasn't this the Vidya game?
It was the Vidya game.
Oh yeah, with worst Harley Quinn. But yeah, Scott Porter.
Huh. If only you knew someone who's been tracking their movements. Still lurking around on rooftops.
You shouldn't have come here. Not tonight.
Look, are you kidding me? When I heard about Barb...
North Refrigeration. Tell me what you know.
Penguin's using freezer trucks to smuggle weapons out of Bloodhaven. Now, I think he's stockpiling arms right here in Gotham. The question is where. What? You didn't really think I'd come here without a plan, did you?
Cyclops from Marvel Heroes. Winter Soldier from Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. Cyclops from the Marvel anime version of X-Men, and Damian Wayne from Injustice 2.
I was just gonna say, yeah.
He sounds like he sounds like a younger version of Loren Lester's Nightwing, like kind of on the older end of the spectrum.
Yeah, I don't hate him.
I don't hate it either. It's like a good 7. It's like a good 6 to 7.
Yeah, yeah.
It's very consistent with what he's trying to do, and it's very in personality.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of the Flash during Justice League.
It does, which would be a major influence to him, considering how close Robin was with the League. He was close with the League.
You ever play the game?
No.
Me neither. I love City. Did have money when this came out, and I hear it just wasn't as good. So I was just like, whatever.
Same.
I might play it eventually.
Not same.
Yeah.
Right. Speaking of not same.
No, speaking of watch it later, Batman Ninja with Adam
Croasdell.
I can read.
Can't speak.
Batman, this is Aeon. He was a great help to us after we arrived here. He's the leader of the Ninja Clan. Red Hood and Robin, too. So what are you gonna do? Just hang it up? The techniques of the ninja are extremely effective. If we can combine their martial arts skills with modern innovations in combat, Grodd won't know what hit him.
Most famously, Ignis Scientia from Final Fantasy 15 and Kingblade Final Fantasy 15.
Mm-hmm.
And with this one, we found a new recipe. This Nightwing's pretty good.
Yeah, I think the Nightwing's pretty good.
He does show a lot more. I think it's just the writing, but he shows a lot more emotion than a lot of the previous people on the list.
Yeah, he has a bit more of a role in this movie. Definitely not one of my favorites, but like he's kind of the one who links Batman together with the ninjas of this clan.
Old.
What?
The ninjas of old.
The ninjas of old. Fuck. I mean,
I don't know the plot of this fucking movie. I never saw it.
I saw half of it. It is awesome as shit. Because it is such awesome fan fiction. Batman and company, all villains and everyone else, gets time travel to Japan by Gorilla Grodd.
So, Gorilla Grodd is a weeaboo confirmed. I knew it.
I guess.
A big gay ape. Of course he's a weeaboo.
Go vote up monkeys.
He's an ape, not a monkey.
Go vote up monkeys.
He's an ape, not a monkey.
You're a monkey.
I'm going to be king of the pirates. With this new revelation, I will now become the king of the pirates. Time to learn how to use uTorrent.
Don't bother, read the manga. But no, this movie kicks ass. Like, it is the perfect kind of fan fiction.
I believe it.
Batman shows up in Japan, and when he gets there, all of his main villains have taken over parts of Japan, and now he has to take it back and bring everyone back to the future.
What does Mr. Freeze go to, Mount Fuji, and then, he just monopolizes on all the hot springs? It's like, if you want to use the hot springs on Mount Fuji, because did you know that it snows on Mount Fuji? It is snowing on Mount Fuji. It snows on Mount Fuji.
Shut up. No, Mr. Freeze isn't in this, but...
Boo!
Real voice actors are in this. We don't have a shitty dub cast like what we usually see in Japanese works when they're dubbed.
I mean, they got Sonic the Hedgehog as Batman.
Which is great. Not my favorite version of Batman. I think you can guess the obvious. But of course, Greta Lyle as a very, very hot Catwoman in this is always a plus. Oh yeah.
You can definitely tell that the Western people are very Western. Except for Harvey Dent. Somehow.
Yeah, but at least these people know how to act. And I forgot. Will Friedle played Tim Drake. And he sounded the exact same as when he played Nightwing. That's what I wanted to say when we were talking about him, is that it's the perfect example characters that are kind of alike, but they sound the exact fucking same.
Again, also with Worst Harley.
Yeah.
Very strong.
Although, granted, a personal favorite who plays Penguin, Tom Kenny.
Didn't he do that before?
Yeah, he has, in The Batman.
Oh, and Yuri Lowenthal is Red Hood. Oh, joy. I mean, I love Yuri, but come on. You could totally hear the Sasuke, but we're not talking about this movie yet.
No, I'll talk about it. So...
I don't have much to talk about.
It's just a lot of fun. And you should watch it just for the sake of just the amazing fan service. Like it is a child's fantasy come to life. And it's not as cringy as it sounds.
The cringe hurts so good. Now, on the mention of hurt, it really hurts me to try and pick a favorite out of all of these magnificent people.
Yeah, this is a hard one.
I'm gonna have to say my solid, my worst is Scotty Boy. Stick to Robin. I love you, Scott, but stick to Robin. Weirdest, Josh Keaton. Weird to me. Supposed to be weird. I like it. And lastly, for the best, it's a tie between Loren and Adam. For me, at least. How about you?
I feel like if you keep doing ties, it's just going to defeat the whole purpose. Never mind, I don't care.
Well, then if we're going by master or teacher versus student, then Loren.
All right.
Hypothetical teacher versus student.
Oh God, this is hard. Best, I'm giving it to Baker. Worst is Joey Hood, and the weirdest I'm giving to Scott Menville.
For the weirdest?
Yeah.
I agree to that.
Yeah. Before we end things off, I wanted to say that I made a fan group for the voice cast, so if any of you guys want to check it out, talk among the other fans who will hopefully come, go to the link in the description below. Ask questions. I'd love to answer them
answers.
Yeah. In fact, we have one right here. Our very first question. You ready for this, Will?
Yeah.
To the voice cast. What is this? From William. So, would you like to take this?
Nah, you're already on the page. I'm not looking at my Facebook right now at the moment.
I actually responded to this, but I thought it would have been a funny bit.
Yes. Yeah, he essentially asks, what do we do? And we just compare voices and nerd out about things.
Yeah, with animated characters that have lasted for as long as they have, naturally the voice actors are going to inevitably change due to people getting too old, or scheduling, or whatever, or contracts. So we decided that we'd compare and contrast them each week, focusing on one animated character. And hopefully it's an entertaining enough concept where people tune in and listen. Although, granted, if you've already gotten this far into the show, you probably already know that. Anyway, does that just about do it?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Alright, cool.
Anyways, thank you all for joining us for this week on Vocal Violence. We'll catch you in the next one.
Did you do that on purpose?
Yeah.
Alright.
You're not going to say goodbye?
I was at that point where it's just like the awkward silence was just like, well, does that count as the ending? Or what? If I say it, will it be goodbye? Goodbye.